Hello and welcome, this is Roofmonger. So E3 2019 is almost upon us, starts officially tomorrow as of the time of this video going up, and I just want to talk about what it has in store for us, both in general and also from the perspective of someone in the FGC, right? Now, before we talk about anything else, we do have a couple things that leaked ahead of time here. Now, one's a little bit fighting game related, one's not. The one that's not, let's get out of the way here. So, Elden Ring. That is the collaboration between George R.R. Martin, had a mildly popular TV show you might have heard of, and the Dark Souls team. So, we don't know much about it other than the name, and apparently there's horse riding. Expect more of that to be shown E3, almost certainly at the Xbox conference. But just to get that out of the way, that happened. And we also have Bleeding Edge. Now, Bleeding Edge is made by Ninja Theory. These are the folks behind Heavenly Sword, behind Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. And this is a 4-on-4 multiplayer quasi-arena fighting game. Definitely not a traditional fighter in a lot of ways, but there's definitely a lot of aspects of fighting games in this, like there's a straight up Shoryuken in the trailer, right? So for people a little more FGC minded, this is definitely probably more on board with what you're thinking and what you're looking forward to. Don't know much about it. This is definitely a leak, right? So they don't have any control over the messaging or whatever other than this video that went out. But it looks potentially interesting, and all I can say is who knows where it's going to come out. It's probably going to be part of the Xbox conference as well, and I guess we'll have to wait and see, but could be interesting. Looks cool visually anyways. Now, besides that, some other stuff that might be FGC related that might show up there, and if not here, then might show up at EVO. We'll see. We don't know, right? But first, since Microsoft is almost certainly going to be showing off the new console in some way or another, even if it's just going to be brief stuff, we got to think new Killer Instinct, right? It's been a while since the first Killer Instinct reboot has come out, and it was for the most part well received. I personally never got to play it too much because I never really had an Xbox, and by the time it already came out on PC, we just had other stuff to do, right? But it could be interesting, and a potential Killer Instinct 2 would definitely be cool, and definitely would help sell systems for people in the FGC. Also, there's been a lot of rumors on Arxis having something new, between having a new Guilty Gear, which has been rumored forever, being a little more simplified for the average gamer, and some oddball rumors I'm hearing about a Godzilla fighting game, which I don't think is correct, but I guess it's not impossible. And I'd be down for it, to be honest with you, so who knows, right? But that, we also have Capcom. Capcom is alleged to be bringing back an old property. Now, you could say it could be Marvel vs. Capcom, but it could be Dino Crisis, right? Who knows? This is something, if they do have a new fighting game show off, they might just wait for EVO, because EVO's not terribly too far away from now. I don't know. But it's something to keep in mind, so we could have potentially one of these new games showing up for the FGC. Now, on to the conferences themselves. So, we have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday just a little bit. So, unofficially, Saturday, today, the day of the video went up, we also have EA, that's EA Play, that's later in the afternoon. And they'll see, like, Jedi Fallen Order, Apex Legends, FIFA, Madden, all that trash. I guess not trash, that's unfair of me to say, but I don't personally care for FIFA and Madden, I'm sorry. But the main conferences start Sunday. So, Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, we will have the Xbox conference, and there they will have to basically show off the new console. Otherwise, they're going to drop the ball big time, because Sony will not be at E3 this year. If you're not aware, all their announced games for basically the rest of the PS4 lifespan are announced. You know, they're all coming out this year. They got nothing to show off. They don't want to talk about the new console in any detail just yet. So this is Microsoft's chance to like make a really big statement, and the only way to make a really big statement with no competition from Sony is to show that new console, so I really hope they're doing it. And besides that, once again, we might have Killer Instinct 2. It'd be an obvious choice for a launch game for the new console, so we'll see. Besides that, Elden Ring, we talked about earlier, that'll be there. Cyberpunk 2077 will also probably be there as well. Now, for later in the day here, 5:30 p.m. PST or 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, we have the Bethesda conference. So, fighting game-wise, basically zero chance. Like, Xbox could have something, like, didn't Dragon Ball FighterZ show up at the Xbox conference a couple of years ago? So, there you go, like, we can have that. But for Bethesda, fighting potential is basically zero. Like, they'll probably show off Doom Eternal, whatever, new garbage, Fallout 76 stuff they have. There will not be any new Elder Scrolls or Starfield. They've already gotten out ahead of that, saying they're not going to show that. The only thing I really hope out of this is, like, people throw garbage at Todd Howard when he shows up on stage, because he's a bum and a liar. And please Google Todd Howard, Sweet Little Lies, all I gotta say. And later in the day, 7 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. EST, Devolver Digital, the people who won E3 last year and they won E3 the year before that. Don't know what I'm talking about? Google Devolver Digital E3, and the overarching story will continue is all I can say, and it'll definitely be the best part of the show, I'm very sure. Now moving on to Monday, so starting off the morning here, 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST, the PC Gaming Show. So they usually just cover a lot of indie stuff, a lot of, just tech and all that, like, showing off new video cards and stuff. Now, for fighting game players, probably nothing there, but I'll say this, pretty much every single year, they show off something that's really cool you never even thought you knew you'd like. So in that only, if anything, check it out, I guess. Now, 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST, we have Ubisoft. Ubisoft, the very big stalwart of E3. Once again, probably nothing fighting game related, because that's not really what Ubisoft does. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, that'll be next year. We already have the leaks, it'll be a Viking Assassin's Creed. We have Watch Dogs Legion, which already also leaked as well. Beyond Good and Evil 2, who knows? Now, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Square Enix starting up. So, first and foremost here, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh my god, if they don't show up, man, that game might as well be cancelled, because that game's had some issues, if you're not aware. Besides that, the Avengers game will finally show up here. So, some early leaks have happened. 4-player multiplayer. Looks like it might be kind of like a Destiny kind of thing. In that, you play multiplayer, do dungeons or something like that. We don't know the full details for that. You'll definitely check out. But yeah, the Avengers game will probably be the big showcase for them besides the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Besides that, Platinum Games' Babylon's Fall. We don't know the first thing about it. They had it last year. Definitely like to see that, more of that, because I love Platinum. They're one of my favorite developers. And besides that, they don't own Hitman anymore. Maybe there might be a Tomb Raider thing, who knows. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII and Avengers, those are definitely the big things for Square Enix. And to end off E3 on Tuesday, Nintendo, 9 a.m. Pacific and noon EST. We have the Nintendo Direct for E3, and what's going to be there? Well, probably expect Pokemon Sword and Shield stuff. Probably expect the new Smash Brothers DLC character, Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3. One thing I'm really looking forward to, and I hope they have it, Astral Chain. If you never saw that, it's like anime cops, cyberpunk cops. It looks super stylish, Platinum Games again. Could be a really good show for them. What with Babylon's Fall, probably Bayonetta 3, and this, I don't know, it could be good D3. I don't know, that game looks really cool. I'm actually looking really forward to it. But yeah, Nintendo poised to have some of the best stuff there. Like, once again, if only for Pokemon, if only just for show off a Smash character, like, they'll do well off that, let alone everything else. And that's E3 in a nutshell. So once again, from the fighting game perspective, it might be a little light for fighting games. The closest thing I think there's a strong chance for would be Killer Instinct 2. Besides that, we'll see. Something else might slip to EVO. On a personal note, one game I'm really looking forward to, and I don't know if they'll show it at all, is Ancestors Humankind's Odyssey. They showed it off at the Game Awards. If you know me, you know I like my monkeys, I like my chimps, I like my apes, I like my gorillas, I like my orangutans, and all that kind of stuff. And it's literally you playing like a tribe of chimps and evolving, and it looks really cool and I want to play it, so we'll see if that shows up. But yeah, E3 time's fantastic, man. Who knows how it's going to turn out. We're always going to argue who won the show and all that. Early preliminary stuff, I don't know who's going to win the show just offhand, besides Devolver Digital, obviously going to win the show. But on paper, with what Nintendo has, Nintendo definitely looks like they can take it, just off the strength of what they should have. But this is definitely Xbox's show. Like, Microsoft, they got a position to take it, and just really, so how much are they willing to show for the new console, right? There's no Sony, there's no competition. I'm sure Sony will do like some sort of presentation a couple months down the road or something, right, as a kickback to this. But right now, Nintendo is strong, but all eyes are on Xbox because it's their show to steal, so we'll see how it goes. So that's it for this video. And on a personal, little bit of a shill note, if you want to call it that, I finally got the new PC working, and the old PC blew up, so I can finally start streaming again. And we'll start our streaming again with these conferences. I've never done a live, kind of stream thing covering another piece of media. That's not really something I've ever done before, so we're going to try it here. So I will be streaming the Xbox and Bethesda and Devolver Digital conferences on Sunday, and also on Monday I will be streaming the Ubisoft and Square Enix conferences as well. So if you want to come in, have a fun, safe place, you know, kind of shoot the ass, you know, have fun, just talk and just see how it all goes. I sincerely love E3. It's basically like video game Christmas, right? So many announcements. You guys know, if you watch the channel, I don't do the whole reacts thing, but if you want to see me lose my mind over something, that's probably be the best place to check it out. So yeah, if you want to come check it out, that's awesome. But anyways, yeah, I'm rambling at this point, so that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this video's found you well, and go out and play most but not all of the games that show out E3, because you'll bankrupt yourself if you do.